Hi, this message is for Stephen. My name is Robert. I live in the Aurora, Newmarket area. The reason I'm actually reaching out to you today is I specialize in helping attorneys such as yourself within family law, real estate law, actually rank higher in Google if they're not on the front page of Google itself. You may be familiar with the term SEO. That's exactly what I specialize in. So that being said, I just have a couple of tips that may be helpful for you. I'll try and keep this very short to respect your time here. I want to commend you on a beautiful website right off the bat. First of all, it's very easy to read. I like how it's laid out here in sections. What I would do, just a recommendation, if it were my website, I would have a lot more content on page one, right? Even though you have it beautifully laid out here, your legal services, right? All the stuff that is on here, I would have more on page one, right? I would have these opened up a bit more for this legal services you provide on that page one. And the reason being on that, Stephen, is because when people are searching, Google wants to return, they're searching for family law, divorce lawyer, whatever it may be. Google wants to be able to return the most relevant information as soon and as fast as possible to them. And that's usually within a matter of a second or two. Well, if they have to start crawling through 2, 3, 4 pages to find the certain information that these people are looking for, that's going to hurt your ranking, right? So opening those services up, putting more on the front page here, again, these like nice little sections like that, up to about 1,000 words is going to be really, really a good thing for you, okay? So that's one area right there. Let's talk about how you rank, first of all. When I was looking up just a common term, family lawyer Newmarket, okay? As you're aware, these are the ad section that's paid up here at the top, right? And then, of course, sorry, I'm already on page 2 here. I wanted to go back to page 1. Let's go back here for just a brief moment. So you have your map pack area, and then, of course, you have your organic area down here. First of all, I want to point out in the maps for Newmarket, you don't have any listings whatsoever. Not only are you obviously not in the top 3 of that, but you have no listings that I can find. I won't go through every single one of them, and that's obviously because you don't have a direct office in Newmarket. I believe your office is in Burlington, and of course you have a few, but there's also the closest one is in Markham. So that would really help you out. Even if you had, oh gosh, I don't want to say a PO box, but if you're, able to, there's multiple ways to get a listing up here, right, with your address, and those are some of the things that I could explain on how to do if we were to ever decide to discuss this in any further detail whatsoever, but that's hurting you not having a listing up in here. So let's take what you do have, right? If I have to look down here, I have to go to page 2, as you already saw, to be able to find you, okay? As you know, page 2, you're probably not getting a lot of traffic, if any, from page 2 here. I'm kind of imagining people don't say, or calling your offices saying, oh, I found you on page 2 of Google, right? It just isn't really happening, at least from my experience. Everybody's on page 1. So one way, if you're not going to be able to, if you don't put any type of location or a map listing on that first page there, is we need to be able to figure a way to bump this up right here, right? So bump that up to page 1. Of course, that's something that's much easier because you're already higher up on page 2. So there's a few ways to do that. First and foremost, I wanted to also show you kind of, I'll call it a gut check on your website, what Google sees at this point in time, okay? So let's move this around here. This is just a tool that I use here that gives me, again, like I said, it's like a health test where in the eyes of Google where you're at. So what do you have really listed here? Well, you have something called a title tag. And in this title tag here, it's just, this is your listing, #1 family lawyer in Toronto and Hamilton, right? Which of course is, now you have that different here, pardon me, right? So this is hurting you. It's a little bit conflicting information because you have the best Newmarket family lawyer, Stephen Durbin. I would have that slightly different. I would probably have family lawyer, right, or divorce lawyer, whatever it is, the key term you want to rank for here, and that spot right there. So there's some conflicting information when it comes down to it. And why? It's because you have multiple locations. So think about that, right? You've got one website covering multiple locations. Also, the description, I would have a little bit more in your description here about what you do. Again, this is nice. Obviously, right here, family law firm specializing in divorce proceedings and family law. Okay, just a little bit more detail on this spot. But here's really kind of what's killing you here, right? These are called H1 or a header tag right here. And this is like a title to a book. If you think about this just for a quick moment here, if you don't know the author to a book, but you see a really catchy title, right? You're way more intrigued to buy that versus something that's not so catchy. So you have, this is a really, really critical line here, a firm partner with your best interest at heart. People are not searching for that. Obviously, that is on your website, right? And people want to see, that's right here. So this should be replaced by something of the fact of family lawyer, divorce lawyer, okay? You could put this somewhere else in here. I really wouldn't have that as your H1 header tag. I would change that up with keywords that people are searching for. And so just keep that in mind for the moment here. Also below this, these are like subtitles to a book. Again, we want to put in more keywords in this area right here, right? Versus these people, again, aren't searching for this stuff right here. It's just what's on your website. There are a lot more keywords. This is a tool I use from Google. It just actually shows me what keywords people are searching for in the Toronto and, of course, Ontario and all across Canada area as well, too. So I would sprinkle more of these keywords in here. So listen, I wanted to keep this as short as possible. I apologize. I know I'm a little bit long-winded here, but just get some basic explanation out. If you're interested in help with some of these things, of course, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I am, like I said, located in the local GTA marketplace here, and always a phone call away or an email or even a visit in person. So I do free consultations on this. So just thought I'd send this out to you, Steve, and I hope this helps you in some way, and let me know if I could help you. Take care, sir, and have a good day.